Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video, we're talking about the latest and greatest in gaming and tech news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, after a rainy day yesterday, we've got a ton of sun today. And I'm trying to figure out where to position this camera to give everyone the best picture. It is bright out. So we'll start out by talking about Nintendo GameCube and Wii emulation on PC and on Android with Dolphin. And Dolphin just released the progress report for May, June, and July, and it is amazing. Now, we've talked about a lot of this stuff in previous videos, but at the same time, I do recommend reading their progress report, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below. One of the biggest things here in the last few months was the introduction of custom drivers on Android. If you have a Snapdragon CPU with an Adreno GPU, you can use custom drivers like turnip drivers and improve certain games. It's worth pointing out that performance will vary from game to game and driver to driver, so there is going to have to be some tinkering around to see what works best for you. Also on Android, they've added in Dolphin Infinity-based support. And for Dolphin in general, they added in Wii Connect 24 support via Wii Link. Again, check out that progress report. Moving on, and we're talking about Windows emulation on Android with Cassia. And there's a screenshot here that's going to get a lot of people excited. Development for Cassia, I would argue, is coming along extremely well. Now, I want to mention at this point in time, Cassia has not released. This is a private development build that the developers are working on. But this is BioShock Infinite up and running at close to 60 frames per second. That is absolutely wild, and I can't wait to see what these developers accomplish. And speaking about accomplishing, next up we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on Android with Strato. And Strato is still in development here, and it appears that the developers are trying to implement DLC and updates into the emulator. I'm really curious to see where this one goes. It hasn't released just yet, but at the same time, this one is also being worked on. And speaking about stuff being worked on, next up we're talking about the PS5 Slim, and images of this have leaked online, and also a weird video of this is leaked online, and I'll drop a link to that in the description below. I don't want to say it doesn't look good, but at the same time here, these early images and early videos make it look like one of those knockoff systems, and I'm not quite sure on how I feel about this one yet. I have a lot of questions, and unfortunately, I don't have a lot of answers at this point in time. So why not just take a look at that video, take a look at the photos, and let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. It doesn't look to be that much smaller than an already existing PS5. We'll see. Next up, we're quickly talking about some ROM hacking, and if you're a fan of Banjo-Kazooie, there's a brand new tool on romhacking.net that will completely allow you to edit the save file, and it even works for N64. It's cross-platform per se. And last up here, we're talking about a newly announced Android gaming handheld, the T80. And if you take a look at this, it looks very similar to something else we talked about a little while back. This one has some very interesting specs along with the very interesting design. So aside from the big screen, it's going to be powered by an RK3588S CPU. It does have a Mali GPU, but that RK chip is not weak. It'll also have 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of onboard storage, at least for one of the versions. This one is very interesting, and let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. I don't know the price, and I don't know the release date just yet. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a few things today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of them in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.